Quote Retreat by Sandor. One quote, one reflection, one thought that could bring a moment of light and energy to your day. Join me as we take a look at today's quote. The quote is by Henry Ford, born 1863, died 1947. It reads, "Most people spend more time and energy going around problems than trying to solve them." Let's take a moment together to explore the messages within this quote. Here is something that might surprise you. While most people spend hours finding ways around their problems, Henry Ford revolutionized an entire industry by doing the exact opposite. His approach to tackling challenges head-on changed not just how we make cars, but how we think about work itself.
That's such a fascinating perspective, especially when you consider that before Ford, cars were luxury items that took a minimum of 12 to 14 hours each to assemble. His problem-solving mindset completely transformed that reality.
You know what's interesting about Ford's approach? When he looked at car manufacturing, he didn't just see isolated problems. He saw an interconnected system that needed complete reimagining. The assembly line wasn't just about speed, it was about fundamentally changing how things got done.
The numbers tell that story, don't they? The Model T's production time dropped from 12 hours to just 93 minutes after implementing the assembly line. That's an almost unbelievable improvement.
And here's what's fascinating. Ford didn't stop at just solving technical problems. He recognized that human problems needed solving too. When most factory workers were making $2.25 per day, he introduced the $5 workday. That was revolutionary.
That makes me wonder, how did other business leaders react to such a dramatic wage increase? It must have seemed completely radical at the time.
Oh, they thought he was crazy. Other industrialists predicted it would destroy the company. Instead, it solved multiple problems at once. Worker turnover dropped, productivity increased, and suddenly, his workers could afford to buy the cars they were making.
The way all these solutions are interconnected is remarkable. It's like he was playing chess while everyone else was playing checkers.
Exactly right. And you know what's powerful about his approach? He didn't just solve surface-level issues. When he saw that 6-day work weeks were causing fatigue and mistakes, he introduced the 40-hour work week. That wasn't just being nice, it was smart business.
Well, that challenges our modern assumption that shorter working hours mean less productivity, doesn't it?
It does. And here's something even more interesting. Ford's problem-solving approach had ripple effects far beyond his own company. By 1926, the 40-hour work week was standard across the auto industry and eventually spread nationwide.
The social impact was enormous. It's fascinating how solving one set of problems led to solutions for so many others.
Though we should acknowledge that Ford wasn't perfect, his personal views, particularly regarding race and anti-Semitism, cast a serious shadow over his legacy. It shows how someone can be brilliant at solving technical problems while being blind to social and moral ones.
That's such an important point about the complexity of his legacy. It makes you think about how problem-solving abilities in one area don't necessarily translate to others.
And I think that's where his quote becomes even more relevant today. When he says people spend more energy avoiding problems than solving them, it applies to everything from personal challenges to societal issues. Look at how many companies today create elaborate workarounds instead of addressing root causes.
The way you put that brings it home. It's like we've gotten so good at managing problems that we've forgotten how to solve them.
You know what's striking? The Model T's price dropped from $825 in 1908 to $260 by 1925. That's the power of actually solving problems instead of working around them. Imagine if we applied that kind of thinking to today's challenges, like climate change or healthcare.
The implications of that are huge. It suggests that sometimes the most efficient solution is also the most direct one.
Looking toward the future, I think Ford's quote challenges us to examine where we might be expending energy avoiding problems instead of solving them. Whether in our personal lives, our work, or our society as a whole, the principle remains powerful.
That brings it full circle. It's not just about identifying problems, it's about having the courage to face them directly.
And perhaps that's the most enduring part of Ford's legacy. Not just the specific solutions he created, but this fundamental principle that transformative change comes from tackling problems head-on, no matter how daunting they might seem. With that, we conclude this exciting episode. If you enjoyed this episode, I'd appreciate a like and a comment. Don't forget to subscribe. Thank you. Your support truly helps this channel grow. See you again tomorrow. Yours, Sandor.